Where is a brother at?
Look, yeah, I'm in the thick of it right now. Just peak high school, everything. Right, I look back on like primary school years. I'm like, fuck, man, if I had one more day, just to relive just once what it was like in primary school, I'd probably take it. I feel like everyone would.
I respect a lot the you looking back to even primary school and like having appreciation for that.
Yeah, bro.
Because a lot of people in school, man, they're like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like, it was so bad, but it's really cool to see that you can appreciate what it was. Because, dude, it was good for what it is. And I think so many of us so unnecessarily hate on it. Mate, you're right in the middle of high school, mate.
Yeah.
Prime days, mate.
Days.
Shit's going down.
Halfway through year 10, yeah. 15.
Halfway through year 10, are ya?
Ooh, mate. Yeah.
Mate.
Some
golden days here.
Yeah. we've had our ups and lows already this year. Like, it's, bro, it's like literally like in the thick of it. Like 15 years old in year 10. Girl problems,
oof, mate. You obviously said in your story before, you struggled making friends. What's your brotherhood around you like now? What's happening now with your brotherhood?
It's so much, it's a lot better than it was.
Better?
Yeah.
How so?
I did have friends in primary school, but they weren't solid until like maybe year 6, and then of course everyone takes their path away in year 6, goes to different high schools. But the difference was now that I have friends that are outside of school, and
so older friends,
older mates, yeah,
like myself,
like yourself,
for example,
yeah, and I feel like I've just learnt so much from having older mates and just being around them in general. Just like, I don't think I'd be me at all if I didn't have like the older mates, the older blokes around.
Can I ask how you came across to like meet these fellas and to how you got into this this new group?
Are we name dropping and shit?
If you want to name drop, you can.
So there's a very solid lad out there, goes by the name of Byron D. Now this man literally opened like the whole world of like what mates should be for me. Like he's day one. I moved into the street that my dad still lives at to this day, and he was out on the street and literally became friends like that. 4-year age gap didn't even matter. Like,
sure.
Yeah, I was in year 4, he was in year 8. Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then we just bonded like that, and then of course he'd had mates in like high school as well, so eventually I started meeting all of them and started building relationships around Byron's friends, and then friends of Byron, and then friends of Byron. So eventually I ended up being a part of that high school group, and literally changed my whole world. Like,
sick.
I've met people who I consider my second dad, dad's older brothers. Like,
got a lot of brothers around you, a lot of older brothers.
A lot of older brothers, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and ended up making me who I was today. Like, they've genuinely helped me through, bro, so much shit. I tell you, so much shit that I honestly don't think I would have been able to get through without these people. And I'm so grateful for them. Like, I'd literally give my life for these boys.
Mate, that's an outstanding thing to say. For towards these fellas, for these guys, that's solid, man. You must be grateful to have these fellas, because obviously there's your typical experience through high school is some people obviously aren't fortunate enough to have mates around them to support them like this. What is the biggest thing you've taken away from your older mates? What's your best insight from them?
This one was given, this gift of insight was given to me at a very low point from a good friend Ethan Wonderly.
Mm.
I was shit upset when he left. Like during that week of torment, where my parents had just dropped the bomb that they were splitting up. Birthday, wouldn't say ruined, but it wasn't the best birthday. And then Ethan, of course, leaving for Melbourne, and I was calling him crying and been like, bro, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna continue like this, bro. I'm so upset, I can't believe it. Just this situation's so fucked up. And he was like to me, okay, calm down. I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna have to take it the right way. You need to learn how to be happy by yourself. Because around the same time, I'd also have a girl that I ended up splitting up with, and she was hella toxic, and I was just so messed up from that as well. And he was like, you need to learn how to be okay being by yourself.
I like that.
And I was like, I heard that, I was just like, man, that's fucked up to tell someone who's missing you a lot. And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait, bro, you're so right. I started going to the gym more. I started focusing on my craft, in the sense photography, visual art, and I started focusing on strengthening the friends that I did have. Even though Ethan will always be someone who is so important to me. He's still there. He was still there every step of the way. He still is, even though we're miles apart. That man genuinely, even though we don't see each other every day, it's like he never left.
Mate, you're kicking ass.
Yeah, bro. I feel like it. And I grew so much in that period where in that first year where he was gone, where I was like, I started talking to more people around the group that I was in, and started realizing that well, these people are super chill and I fuck with them a lot, and I started hanging out with them more, and I was just gaining all this insight, gaining all this knowledge, and I'm like, bro, I'm so grateful for everything. I wouldn't change my situation at all.
Dude, that's so good.
Yeah.
And you're 15. 15 years old, hearing that shit come out of your mouth. That golden shit at that. No, seriously, dude, that is so beyond impressive that you have this mental fortitude that you've built through obviously, having to learn to be happy by yourself, mate. Being grateful for even the bad things that have happened for you. You've really just taken, these things that happen to you, and you've just deflected them. You've parried them straight up. And you've just used this to leverage yourself in the right direction. Hope that other people can hear this and, take these obstacles and maybe instead of getting smacked by these obstacles, take a step onto it and launch yourself up. Yeah. Use it to jump up higher, sort of thing. Like you've done, you've taken these, issues that have come into your life and you've just turned them around full 180.
Wasn't easy, but I did it.
Oh mate, it's never easy, but
never.
It's good to admit that it's not easy, but you get through. And I think the best part about it is that it's never going to be easy, but as long as you trust, you're patient and you wait, you're gonna come through the other side, and you will get there.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you said, man, you started off at the gym and you weren't seeing progress. You trusted that process and you waited, and boom, there your results are. They paid off. They compounded even.
Right.
They compounded and grew substantially.
The way I look at it with gym progress is it's satisfying, playing a game, completing all the achievements, finally beating the game. that's satisfying. Bro, it's so much satisfying watching that in real time with your body. I looked at an old photo of me, and then I made a comparison between like a photo that I took like pre gym journey, post current gym journey. I was like, well, bro, there's a lot of change there, and mentally as well. Like, shit, just level up.
So good to hear where you are right now.
Yeah.
Obviously in the thick of it, but he's
right now.
thick in the thick of it. In the best way.
In the best way.
Yeah, metaphorically somehow he's thick.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way.
I wouldn't be that mentally thick in the good way.
In the good way.
And without my boys.
Where do you see yourself in the future, my friend? Where is your story going to take you? What is left to write?
What is left to write is, of course, finishing school.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. At the moment, I know what I want to do, but I'm unsure how to get there. And I feel like that also comes with just the thick of year 10. It's like, I know what I like, but there's so many like obstacles and so many like different pathways you can take. But whenever I get like down about that, where I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I always just go back to, I might not know what I want to do, but I know what I like doing right now.
So what do you like doing right now?
Skating a lot. It's the top of the charts. Music, photography, and digital arts, and I feel like I don't take academic electives. I don't think I've ever taken a single academic elective. I feel like my future lies with the arts.
Would you say that these passions, these hobbies, they help you express yourself?
100%. I feel like, bro, every single photo I take, every single like visual design art piece I make is just like a reflection of what I'm feeling.
Yes.
And what I felt, and it's such a good way of like putting that out into the world. It's just like, no, I don't repost sad shit on TikTok, bro. I just cook up on Photoshop for like 2 hours.
Cook up on Photoshop, yes. Mate, the fact that you like have a way of self-expression and expressing yourself and have found that is a huge step forward, because it took me so long to learn that, that us as men, I think, we often obviously have this culture of bottling our shit up.
Yeah, bro.
And then just losing our shit.
Yeah, bro.
And we lose it at the worst times, but being able to express it is like the Coke bottle theory.
Yeah.
The Coke bottle is like us. And every time we shake it, it fizzes and it shakes up and it's brewing. And those are our feelings and those emotions that we don't feel like maybe we can express or communicate, or that we don't know how to. But in a way, when we have these hobbies, like Will's, like your video taking, your photography, Photoshop, when we kind of allow ourselves to put this information that we have, if I want to get technical, a little thing I learned was the brain processes information through I think, is it the right side? It's your logical, I could be very wrong. Is it left? It's the left. The left is logical. But when you use something like art, you're putting it through the right side, which is you're more creative and expressive, and it pretty much translates that information positively so that you can process it in a positive way, quite literally.
Yeah.
A lot of us in this culture, we will let this Coke bottle shake up and shake until finally it bursts.
Yeah.
You are enough, and if those things happen, we all have our moments, but to learn to prevent that is of the utmost importance. And what Will does here with doing these arts and expressing himself in this way, you're slightly twisting the lid on this Coke bottle and you're letting a little bit of air out, expressing that, and you're not letting it build up so much. I, for one, myself, have gotten into poetry, and it has been phenomenal. poetry for me, when I will write about something that's happening in my life or a bit of my story, and writing in this creative way has allowed me to look back at these things that haunt me, and it allows me to think and be with it in a positive way and to accept that about myself. You are so far, Will, the fact that you have these things that you do, and not only is it your expression, mate, it's you. It's you in essence. I could go on, lads, but moral of this story, this little rant that I've just kind of subbed off here, is just how good it is to have something that you do. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in these brains. Believe me, I know. I spend a lot of time thinking. It's fucking torment and shit. But lads, if we can let that out somehow and not let it brood and bottle up, we can, stop ourselves from making these decisions that don't help us, that don't serve us. I remember when I first messaged Will, he posted this phenomenal photo on his Instagram.
Oh, the two boys with the surfboard. Yeah.
It was the sickest photo ever, and I've never once in my whole life seen a photo. Now, don't get me wrong, my auntie's a photographer. I know people in this industry. I've never once in my life looked at art or a photo and gone, I would pay someone for that. I would give money into that. I would pay for this service. And I looked at this young fella and went, a photo. I've never looked at photography in that way before. I always thought to myself, the fuck would I buy a photographer? I just take a photo on my own phone.
Yeah.
I saw what this kid could do, and it actually blew me away. And I'm geeing you up so hard here. But honestly, what this kid does is insane. And lad, you don't have to be good at it at the same time. Just doing it. Because it is what it is. It's not like maths.
No.
There is no answer to solve. When you're doing art and you're writing and you're painting or you're making something, there is no right way to do it. And I think maybe where we go wrong is we think of what other people would like, and we try and make something that other people like and fit it to their objective opinion. But
don't.
That's not the answer. The answer is you.
The answer is you're satisfying yourself. You don't have to satisfy other people. It's the thing. It's what's the best about art. It's you just make what you want to make, and if you influence other people to feel a certain way, or they look at your shit and be like, well, that's cool, then that's a plus. But
because it's you, and to think of this, you made that photo because that's you, and I'm looking at this photo and thinking, this is sick. And not only is that photo sick, this kid is sick. Proper. Guys, there's no bad way to do it. There's no wrong way. There's just doing it. Just doing it and being proud of it. I'm proud of this fella, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Mate, sorry, big rant there. You've got your passions. You know what you want to do, you don't know how you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Mate, all of us are in that same boat.
Bro.
We all know what we want to do, we don't know how we're going to get there. But the fact that you know what is outstanding. And you've, like you told me at the start, you had your what was it called? Miscalculus?
Dyscalculia.
Dyscalculia, the one with punctuation.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, it's with dysgraphia.
You've got that, mate, and you've gone, alright, fuck that. There's this shit.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do the Mars Morales thing. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Bro jumped off that fucking space train from Spider-Man, dude. You've just worked with what you got, and that's all we can do, lads. None of us are all perfect. We've all got different things, and we got to remember that. We got to stay present with ourselves and look at ourselves and go, what have we got still? So we all got so many things. So many things, dude. So many things.
So yeah, bro. It's just doing it. It doesn't have to be good. There's no such thing of good. It's just doing.
Do you have maybe some sort of plan, or maybe? Obviously, there's your high school dream, but what about the long term? Have you thought about the long term?
Yeah, I've definitely. That's But the other thing is I zone out of classes all the time. I feel like everyone does that, but just I always think of what am I going to do? And I've considered a lot of things, but I feel like a lot of my what's going to be best for me is I reckon I want to do teaching.
Teaching.
Yeah.
What has inspired that decision?
Genuinely my year 6 teacher.
Your year 6 teacher. Tell me a bit about her. Or them.
There's a guy, yeah.
There's a guy.
Bro, he was absolutely amazing. I feel like he's the only reason that, like, I survived year 6 and I didn't.
I survived.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, facts though.
Year 6 was good and bad. But, like, he definitely made it, like, so much better. I used to shit on teachers, of course.
Oh, but what student doesn't shit on teachers?
Yeah,
there's always a teacher you shit on.
There's always one, but like I feel like every teacher had it out for me, and yeah, definitely up to like year 10, I feel like a lot of teachers did have it because they failed me, and even though it was me, I feel like the teacher just like neglected me. He said to me around halfway through the year, it's like. He sat me down. I was really upset because I'd failed a humanities exam. He was like, "I understand you're upset, but you're not destined for a life of failing, especially in school." He was just like, "You have to find out what you want to do." And I was like, "Sir, that's actually the nicest thing a teacher's ever said to me before." And completely changed everything. And then in that moment, I was like, "Alright, I want to be like this to someone, like to a student." And then thought about it, and I was like, "Yeah, could be a pretty good visual art teacher."
I think you'd be a sensational teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, you've taught me things. I think there's this stereotype of like older people think, "Oh, what can a younger person teach me?"
Literally.
The amount of stuff I've learned from you is...
Yeah.
Dude.
What was the thing that Kanye said about, I only listen to the younger generation because the younger generation's the only people who have ideas.
Yeah, dude, literally. Yeah, and that's so right, because think about these younger people, like, their mind is endless. They haven't been told what not to do and what to do yet. We grow up through school and we think that we can't do this because of maybe this is how it's going to look, and I can't do that, and we've got these walls that just keep fucking falling down in front of us from every angle. But like Kanye said, like, he only listens to people younger than him because the ideas that we have when you're a kid are so outlandish. But why not?
Yeah.
Why not shoot for the stars? Why not, like, have your home on the moon?
Yeah.
Live on the moon, like, and these like, we stopped dreaming at some point.
Yeah.
But the fact that I can see you're someone who did not stop dreaming.
Fuck no.
Yes.
Fuck no. Still this day.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
I always believe everyone is destined to be something bigger than they already are. Like,
very inspiring.
It's, yeah, like, no matter where the fuck you are, you could be like the most depressed person in the world. I've seen, not me personally, but I've seen people who have been like in such a shit position, and they've come out of it so much better. It's like, you don't have to be on that journey on your own. Like, I was low. Everyone's been low, and what works for me was talking to my mates or listening to my older brothers, and then sooner you realise that you're up again. You're up. You're better than how you were before.
Yes, dude. Just good little yarn with the boys.
Yeah, dead set. That's all you need. Call up your mate. Like, fucking sort it out with him. Like, problem shared is problem halved.
This kid is dropping bombs. A problem shared is a problem halved. Oh my goodness, that is...
I've been abusing that one a lot. Dude. Been telling the boys.
You've got to abuse that one, bro. I'm so glad you abused it right here, because like,
man, fuck drugs. I'm abused that shit.
That's so good, dude. That's honest, man. That's truth, though. Like, reality is, fellas, you got problems. Let the boys know.
Let the boys know.
Let them know what you're going through, so they can be there for you. You know, like.
Yeah. They're gonna be there for you for the longest time. So you might have a girlfriend at the current time. Like, you can always like rely on your boys as well. Whereas I feel like nowadays, especially in my generation, like I've seen people don't want to be like vulnerable to their partner because they feel like it will make them weak. And then I'm just like, that's not great. That you can work on that definitely, but you will always have the boys there to like, you know, to come back to. And I feel like that's why it's so important to like find your group, find the pack, like, and just chat shit with them, like literally help them help solve your problems. You'll come out like better than you were before.
Stand up with the boys.
Stand up, literally. It's not, and it's also not just having a girlfriend. That was just an example, but like anything, literally any problem.
Like, I guess having a girlfriend would be not standard, but high school, typical high school problem.
Shit, like just like what do I like?
Typical problem.
Yeah, just like
I'm joking.
That's not going in the video.
I might still keep that in the video. The ladies understand.
Yeah,
I'm not maliciously pointed out,
but like men will just get like so confused and worked up about a range of different things, especially in school. Usually, yeah, it is a girl, and like you'll get in your head about it.
Even quickly, that, if it is your girlfriend, and honestly, like, talk to her. Like, yeah, alright, we've been saying have a yarn with the boys, but if you do, you know, if you have a sister, you've got a mother, and you've got women around you, like, they are still there for you as well, just as much as the boys are. Don't, if for example, if you are having problems with your missus, have a talk to her. Lads, tell her what's going on, because she is your partner.
Yeah.
That is your wife, your girl. Like, she's there for you. Don't feel the need not to tell her these things. In fact, she's the most important person to tell her these things and to communicate with. We're all humans on this earth. Like, we're all here together, and why not be together with each other and help each other and be there for each other, you know? We have this barrier between us that stops us from talking to each other for whatever that stupid reason is. But we just got to be honest. And more than likely, we're all going through the same shit.
Yeah.
And we all just need to be there. And it's not knowing what to do, but just knowing that we're here together and that you're understood. And that there are people who do understand you and are there for you.
Mm. That's it, bro. That's real shit.
It's always real shit.
Yeah. Welcome to Standing Up. Real shit. Only.
What can we say?
Yeah.
Stand up on that real shit.
Just be grateful for the people around you, because you might not notice it, but they're people who make you who you are.
You are who you hang out with. That's right.
You are who you hang out with. So real.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this episode of Standing Up. Will, it was such a pleasure to have you on and have this conversation.
Yeah, bro, thanks for having me.
Absolute blast, brother. You've given us so much insight. Your story, mate, is... I'm out of words. What can I say? Mate, you blow me away, and I hope that everyone watching can take out the best of it, and just know that sometimes you will be alone, but you'll be okay, and you've got to learn to be happy on your own, and to talk to someone if you need, and all that. Yeah. Otherwise, Will, pleasure, and thank you everyone for tuning in. See you in the next one.